and welcome to Cafecito. Aquí estamos otra mañana. La semana pasada bien frito, but the sun is out and it's looking better already. Diana Herrera is here. We have Yvonne Peña here in charge of Cafecito and in charge of our West Side Stories. At the end of this, I want Yvonne, I'm telling her what I want her to do. She's going to zero in on the magazines that we have up here on her wall so that you can see. They are available. We have some back issues available, and they're available for $5 per copy. The copies are beautiful. They're all in color, and they are, of course, West Side Stories, including Edgewood.
Thank you.
It is my honor this morning to meet, because I've never met her, Elida Rios Dominguez.
Hi.
I knew zero about Miss Elida. I'm so sorry, but I didn't know about you. I didn't know you. So Yvonne says that she's going to be the person I'm interviewing, and I go into Facebook and I type out her name. Every person on her friends list, I know. How in the world is it possible, Elida, that you and I have never come across each other?
Right.
So I'm starting off with giving your full name. Because this deals the neighborhood, the West Side, Edgewood, tell me the names of the schools that you attended.
Okay, my name's Elida Rios, married name Dominguez. I attended H.K. Williams. From there I went to Truman Middle School, and I graduated from Memorial High School in 1983.
Oh, 83, she's just a baby. You're a baby, mija.
No, not all that baby. I'll be 57.
Well, I'm 70, so yeah, you're a baby. Because I'm a retired Edgewood teacher, I'm going to ask you, name me some of those teachers through elementary, junior high, and high school that you remember. Name me some of those names. Name me some of those administrators, because I guarantee it, because I'm older than you are, that I worked with them. So throw some names at me.
Okay, let's see. H.K. Williams, the 6th grade teacher was Miss Fennell. Miss Salinas, the 2nd grade teacher. A 6th grade teacher that wasn't my teacher but was there, Miss Rubio. Miss Sakalakis. After that, she became Miss Vasquez. Of course, Millsap. She was my kid's teacher at Millsap, and then Memorial, of course, Miss Watkins.
I remember Maria.
She recently passed
Yes,
away.
yes, I do know.
Miss Aranda.
I remember her.
This lady that's related to the people that have that Bravo record shop. I can't remember her name. She was like a history teacher or something.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Linda?
No.
I remember
Okay.
by their last name, but I don't remember.
She was a teacher at Memorial.
It was a lady.
Yeah, she was. She taught social studies. Because I had her for class. She passed away.
No.
Watkins.
Watkins passed away. Maria Watkins.
Oh, Resendes.
Ándale,
Arnold
Resendes.
Resendes.
You're right. Well, thank you so much, because now we finally have Yvonne on camera. We have her voice in the background. And this is exactly what we do when we do Cafecito. Cafecito airs through the internet, through Facebook, and we interview different people. We've had a pleasure of interviewing some wonderful people. So we're adding you to our list, okay?
Thank you.
I'm going to continue, because the reason you are here today, of course you're an Edgewood product, of course, but you are with the born and raised in the West Side, and I put that in bold capital letters. Tell me about this.
Yes, ma'am. I had joined a group, Memories of West Side. I would always put out my childhood stories, mainly with my mom, because, I did have a dad, but my mom raised us all of her life. And one day I go out and have dinner, breakfast or lunch with another bunch of group of West Siders. I posted pictures, and they took me out of the group. So everybody told me, open your own group. So I opened my own group, and I called it Born and Raised in the West Side. Mainly because I've lived in the West Side. I've moved away and came back. And my kids were born in the West Side. My grandkids, they go to school in the Edgewood district. Most of the time, 2 of them that go to Loma Park are at my house all the time. That's how I became, and I opened that new group. And people
When did that start? Give me an approximate year. 5 years ago?
No. maybe 2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
When I joined the other group.
Okay,
But
okay.
recently, my own group, maybe 4 or 5 months.
Oh, okay.
And a lot of
Oh, so
people
it's
from my
brand new.
group started saying, I want to go to your group, I want to group. Mainly because of the stories I tell about my childhood, where I grew up in the west side. As a matter of fact, I lived right in front of Memorial High School.
Okay,
And
okay.
I've lived there all my life, married, moved away, and came back. We bought 3 lots, and ahí estoy. I'm still there.
You know, I was noticing because once again I knew I was going to interview you, so I needed a little bit of information about you, and I was looking at some of the topics that you have on there. Simple things like the smell of rain, of which all of us could recall. You know, pan dulce, making tortillas, la Virgencita. You write about her. You write about caldo. You write about mariachis. Give me some other things that you have included in your born and raised in the West Side site. Is that correct for me to say it's a site?
Born and raised in the
But
West Side.
is that the correct kind of term?
Yes.
Site. Okay, go ahead.
Well, a lot of the things I grew up being, my mother was born in Texas, but raised in Mexico, and then came back at the age of 18. You know, I was raised with curando de ojo, tomando hierbitas, you know, the ear funnel when you have a pain.
El cono.
El cono. And, you know, a lot of things that, you know.
We can all relate to though.
Oh,
We
sure,
all
of
relate to
course,
it.
of course.
Yes, and a lot of the people that joined my group says, "Oh my God, Elida, you said this, and it brought me back memories. I went through that." You know, we grew up, like I told you, in front of Memorial High School. It was a 1-bedroom house. It had no running water, had no gas, and you know the things my mother did to keep us, you know,
Comfort, the comfort.
you know, she would make fire outside and bring the coal inside to keep us warm. We had to boil the water, put it in the can, take a bath with una tacita. You know, stuff like that that, you know, it stays in me and stays with a lot of people that follow me because we all went through that at one, you know, time of our lives.
I've spoken to my classmates that went to Edgewood High with me, and they didn't have flushable toilets. You know, they still had an outhouse right there in the neighborhood. You know, and this was the middle to late 60s. You know, so no, that was the barrio, that was our neighborhood. You know, I was noticing that you write quite a bit about your mama. Tell me a little bit about her.
Well, like I said, we were 4 kids. Of course, Mom was married. My dad made decisions, and he went off to what we call it the university or college. So she raised us, you know. She would take us to school walking, bring us back, and then go back and get us. And my mother was born in Kennedy, Texas, but raised in Mexico. But she decided to move to the West Side in 1960. When my dad built that little 1-bedroom house. It had no insulation, hasta la fecha, no insulation, no hot water, no AC, you know.
No, mira, no.
Stuff.
Yeah.
And we lived there, and she did the best she could to keep us together. We would never go nowhere without my mom. And
Children, Mamacita, tell me how many children you have.
I have 3. I have a son named Joe. He graduated from Memorial. He's 37. I have a daughter, she's 33, also graduated from Memorial, and the youngest is 21. She didn't graduate from Memorial, but, you know, she lives in the West Side.
Yeah, yeah. Grandkids, tell me about grandkids.
Got 5 grandsons,
Okay.
and a granddaughter, and another granddaughter in the way in April. You know, 2 of my grandsons do attend Loma Park.
Good girl. Well, I brought my 2 kids to Edgewood. You see, we did not belong to Edgewood, and I brought them into Edgewood. That's my community. My mama graduated from Edgewood High School, the old Edgewood High School. So that's our neighborhood.
Go.
Anything else, Elida, that you want to add or you want to tell the people that are in your group? Anything you want to say about yourself, information, or about your group?
Well, I mean, I hope my group gets a little bit bigger. Right now I have like 378 people that follow me.
Okay.
I know a lot of the people still don't know about my group because I don't have them on the friend list, but little by little, hopefully people that are in the group can invite other people, and we can all, you know, share our memories, the childhood memories, the West Side memories.
Again, the name of your page?
The name of my group is Born and Raised in the West Side.
Born and raised in the West Side.
Born and
Or I could go straight to your name, which is what I did to find who you were. located you that way also.
Oh, okay. Well, nice.
Miss Elida, thank you so much, Mina. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Well, thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Thank you
Good
both
to
for
meet you.
inviting me.
Well, of course. Thank you. Thank you, Ivan.
Yes, ma'am.